Hello and welcome to Paddy Man Entertainment. I'm Paddy and this is my first video on my new account. Yes, in my last video I discussed about why I had to delete my other account for reasons which I don't need to bring up again. I forgot my email. Yeah, that reason. Anyways, moving on from that. Yes, that is the reason why, but in that video I hinted on what my next video was going to be about, so any ideas what it is? But obviously from the title of the video and obviously the shirt that I'm wearing now and in the last video, it kind of gave it away what's it about. But yes, in today's video I'm going to be discussing Paramount Pictures' successful 2020 blockbuster film, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now before I carry on, I have discussed on this topic already in one of my previous videos, which I discussed the pros and cons about the film, if it was going to succeed or flop. So if you're new to the channel, then I recommend clicking on this video, which will give you more detail about the film, like the involvement of actors, writers, director, and also the budget, and discussing all the pros and cons of what the film could face when released. So yeah, click on that video to know more about it. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Whoa! Awesome. Gotta Go Fast is exactly what Sonic the Hedgehog has done at the box office, along with breaking records of being the most earned video game adaptation for its first opening weekend, beating Detective Pikachu, which used to hold the title, but now that title belongs to the Blue Fairball. In one of my past videos, I discussed the predictions of what Sonic could earn at the box office, which was between $20 to $30 million. And boy, were they wrong. The film succeeded by earning up $306.8 million at the box office, along with breaking records and also lifting the curse of video game adaptations which always flop at the box office. But for this Blue Hedgehog, nope, not a flop, but a successful film. Wow, that's actually not a bad pull. $306 million? Considering that the film only had like a month and a half airtime in cinemas because of the whole pandemic that's been happening in the world at the moment. So with the short time, they actually released the film digitally by the end of March for people to download and watch at home. It was not that bad, so we didn't have to wait that long before we can actually like watch it at home. The film has faced problems even before the release, with it only being the first trailer which set a spark. Now, we all remember what the first Sonic the Hedgehog trailer was like. With that. Bloody hell, that design still haunts my dreams. Ugh, creepy, but glad they didn't use it. With the controversy over the Sonic design, Jeff Fowler, who directed the film, convinced Paramount Pictures to postpone the release date in order to make changes to the Sonic design to please fans, which they did, and it was the best decision they made. However, this did not benefit the studio that brought the redesign to life. The Moving Picture Company is a visual effects production company who are responsible for many of the visual effects that we see in films today. One of the MPC branches who are responsible for the redesign of Sonic was the Vancouver branch. And can I just say, to the Vancouver team, round of applause to you guys, because you did a brilliant job with the redesign of Sonic, much better than the first attempt. This is Sonic, this is the one we know and love, and they did a great job, and I'm thankful for the team that did it, because they made the film much better, and again, thank you. But unfortunately, this was not a happy ending for the Vancouver branch. Before the film was even released, the Vancouver branch was shut down by NPC in order to focus funds on other branches to expand around the world. With that, it led the staff to either join other branches or lose their jobs. Hopefully the staff members at the Vancouver branch were able to get jobs in the end that benefit their everyday routine. So here's to the Vancouver branch. Now let's get into my review of the film, starting with the plot. The film tells the story of a blue hedgehog named Sonic who was born with powers which make him run super fast. Enjoyable life it may be for him at first, but it sure doesn't last long. Eventually, he flees from his home planet in order to protect himself from an evil tribe who seeks to steal his powers. The Blue Hedgehog then arrives to planet Earth by using these gold rings as a teleporter device which were given to him by his guardian. For 10 years he's been living on Earth in a town called Green Hill, Montana. And if you're familiar with the name, it is actually the name of the first level in the first Sonic game, Sonic the Hedgehog, which was released back in 1991. During his time on Earth, he has been hiding himself from the humans in order to protect his powers from the wrong people. But this doesn't help his case because he is on his own without a friend in the world, which then leads Sonic to cause a power outbreak across America. And that is when the story kicks off. After the power blackout, the government are forced to seek the help from a crazy scientist, Dr. Robotnik, who's played by Jim Carrey, which then sets out to find the energy source that caused the blackout. With Robotnik on the Blue Hedgehog's trace, Sonic is forced to teleport to another world in order to protect himself and his powers. Sonic hides out in the garage of local sheriff cop Tom Wachowski, played by James Marsden, whose character wants to make it big as a big city cop and not live a life in a town which nothing interesting ever happens. Before Sonic had the chance to teleport to another world, he has an interesting encounter with Wachowski. Out of fear, Wachowski shoots Sonic, which then causes Sonic to accidentally open a portal to San Francisco, leading him to drop his bag of rings through the portal. After that incident, Sonic asks the help from Wachowski to take him to San Francisco to retrieve his bag of rings to take him to another world, escaping the clutches of Dr. Robotnik. And with that, it then sets these two characters on an adventure to retrieve the bag of rings while Robotnik seeks to capture the Hedgehog and do experiments on him for his evil plans. Now, the story of the film is nothing groundbreaking, it's nothing original and something we've seen being done many times in past films. So like, animated character comes to the real world, meets a human, they go on a journey together, the bad guy tries to chase them down, stop them, and he stops the bad guy and they become best buds in the end. So yeah, it's mainly like that here. However, even though this film isn't something new, the performance, however, is what really made this film stand out. For starters, Ben Schwartz, who played the voice of Sonic, he did a brilliant job as the voice of Sonic. He really brought the character to life on the big screen with his energy for the role. He played Sonic like a young teenager who has a cheeky, funny attitude, which that is Sonic. He literally got the aspects right and nailed the role as Sonic, and he just literally brought this character to life on the big screen that we all know and love, and he just, to me, he done a brilliant job, and I can't wait and I hope he gets to voice Sonic again in the future. Now, with Jim Carrey though, he really brought the humour into this film with his performance. Like, I grew up with Jim Carrey, and like his films like The Mask, Ace Ventura, Bruce Almighty, he's always hype and extremely funny in these films, and in this one, this was no much different. He was just literally Jim Carrey. Like, the cinema that I was in, all the adults were like laughing their heads off, including me, and each scene was crazier than the last with Jim Carrey. He was just really funny as Dr. Robotnik. In his role as Dr. Robotnik, he really does bring his comedic style from his past films into this one. The film does show kind of an origin story of Dr. Robotnik, which he then eventually becomes Eggman. So in the film, Jim Carrey is not 100% Eggman yet, but at the end of the film, you see him as Eggman, with his signature crazy mustache and his bald egg-shaped head. Now, this isn't a spoiler because they've already revealed it in the first Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. So yeah, it was obvious though that he was going to finish the film with him being Eggman. So overall, if you're a fan of Jim Carrey of his past films, then you are certainly going to like this one because he's literally Jim Carrey but Dr. Robotnik. So this film has found ways to adapt the last 3 decades of Sonic from the games into this film. There are so many references in the film that fans of the Sonic franchise will easily spot Easter eggs in the film. So if you're a Sonic fan and you were to watch this film, then you're definitely going to see a lot of Easter eggs and references from the video games. Plus, if you're a big meme person as well, then you're bound to see the most popular meme in this film. Not like me, I'm not a big meme person, so I'm boomer. Sonic the Hedgehog the movie had so much to offer for the fans, containing loads of Easter eggs which references the last 3 decades of the Blue Hedgehog. along with perfect performances, great visual effects, and the hunger of wanting a sequel, which thankfully we are getting. It has been announced by both Paramount Pictures and Sega that Sonic the Hedgehog is going to have a sequel and is speeding into development right away. Jeff Fowler will also be returning behind the camera, directing the sequel, along with the original writers for the first movie, Josh Miller and Patrick Casey. Tell you what, these writers really need to up in their game in this one. The first one was child's play. Now the sequel is really when the game begins. Game. With the sequel though, they really need to up in the ante with the story, plus adding more characters from the Sonic universe, so like Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and maybe a few extra one, but they should save that for like future films. But at the moment, that's what they should do. And the story, however, needs to be much bigger, and obviously with the success of this film, it's going to get a much bigger budget than the original first film. So with the extra budget, they're sure to make this film much bigger and better. So that's what I'm hoping for though for the sequel. But yeah, the writers, they really need to pull their finger and make a great script for the sequel. But yeah. The first live action of Sonic the Hedgehog was an enjoyable film to watch. The humour was good, the visual effects were great, but the only issue was the story, which wasn't anything new and it's something we've seen before. The performance, however, is what made this film great. Swartz and Carey have done a superb job as Sonic and Robotnik, and I think this is the best video game adaptation we had so far. Overall, this film is enjoyable to watch for both children and adults, so the rate I'm going to give this film is going to be a 7 out of 10. I don't know how many times I'm actually going to say this, but this is going to be the last time, I promise. I really enjoyed this film. Like, I already went to the pictures twice to go see it. To show that I actually really did enjoy this film, I actually comment on Ben Schwartz's Twitter page saying that I really enjoyed the film and I thought his performance was brilliant and I hope to see him portray the voice again in the sequel. And he acknowledged the comment and actually liked it. So yeah, that actually made my day. I got a like from Ben Schwartz, the voice of Sonic. So yeah, made up, and I'm glad there's going to be a sequel and I'm glad he's going to be returning as the voice of Sonic. No, he needs to return as Sonic. You can't get anyone else to replace him now. He is Sonic, so yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, then please hit the like down below. If you're new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe button and follow me. Keep up to date with all the videos that I post. Anyways, as always, I am Paddy and this is my channel, Paddy Man Entertainment, and I shall see you in the next video, so take care.